But then I think a part of the challenge, I guess, with this, what I've heard from white political leaders is that there's we have to be strategic about how we engage in this fight because their voice makes a bigger difference than ours.
Whose voice make a bigger difference than ours?
The whites who are standing up against the policies that are taking place with immigrants now. In other words, if we got in the fight would change, and
I,
the
I,
white voice. This is just was a conversation that took place with me with some white advocates against some of the immigration policy that's happening. If we
well,
got in mass numbers, then the fight would change and increase. Um, it would bring a different narrative to the table. Right now, you have a large white voice speaking out against the current policies,
mm-hmm.
and that it's almost like in some cases with Israel's battle, we're careful not to get in it because if it became an Arab and a United States battle, then it would be a little different. So we've been a lot more strategic than in the past to not disrupt the the bigger picture in Israel. Um, you know what I mean?
No, I mean,
Like
I
I
think
give you an
okay.
example.
I don't. So for instance, this is how I view it. Um, I remember going to play basketball. Back in the day, off of Paseo, wherever, and this white kid that was in our neighborhood who was a pretty good hooper. We ended up playing like on 66 Paseo. I don't know. And he and I were
Hmm.
dating, okay? And this white boy is the best player on the court. That day, he was the best player, and he was killing these brothers.
Hmm.
He's on my team, so I'm feeding him. Hey, keep eating, keep eating. Come on now,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
And the brothers wanted to fight him at some point because they were getting dogged by this white dude.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and I remember saying, "Hey man, if y'all gonna fight him, y'all gotta fight me. Ain't no way y'all get to beat up on him just because y'all getting." Um, and my thing of it is that he was um the one that was facing the mob there. I
Yeah,
always have identified with those people that are facing the mob,
but see, I
strongly
think that
facing the
anybody,
mob.
even in our neighborhood where we had, I mean, we if you were in our community, we were way more community loyal than racially loyal growing up. If you were in our community, even we had some guys that at that time we wouldn't have called them gay, but they were uh, same sex preference. And if somebody messed with them, we were on that. We no, you're not gonna mess with nobody from my block. You
Yeah,
know, but we were very, very strong towards that direction, and it didn't matter whether because we integrated. Remember, we integrated into that community, so
mm-hmm.
we had white people who were there. But if you was the dude down the street that I played ball with, hung out with, all this kind of stuff, I don't care who. We defended you. We were more territorial in terms of geography